Hey, so the Lost Only boss fight on alpha difficulty is pretty annoying to deal with, so here's a no bullshit guide on how to cheese it as much as possible. The footage you're about to see was recorded on single player, but here's my character on official where we use the same strategy to duo the fight. This guide will be separated in chapters for your convenience, so feel free to skip to the parts you need. Let's begin. Okay, so let's begin with what you want to have on each player. First of all, you'll want to have 100 med brews, food and drinks, 3 beers, 3 Lazarus chowder, 3 focal chili, and then flag sets. Now, for the flag sets, 2 sets of 1k Jura should be enough, but if you don't have the BPs for that, you can bring more sets to cover the missing Jura, of course. I also heavily recommend bringing a tech rifle with you just to help deal with the golems, because there's going to be a couple during the run. For the dinos, you can bring up to 20 tames in there, so here's what I believe is the best lineup. You'll want to have 1 mana armor per 2 players. The stats don't really matter, they're mostly for movement. You'll want 1 Veilwind per player, leveled in HP. 4 to 6 Reapers, I would say 30k HP, rest in melee. And all the spots left, you want to fill it with Terries. Those are going to be a mix of HP and melee. I'll let you decide on how much you want in each stat. For the Terries, try to give them like 10 cakes each. They probably can survive with less, but I mean, if you want to keep them alive for the next runs, I think it's worth it. Also, if you don't have enough Reapers or no Reapers at all, you can replace them with Terries. The Reapers are mainly there for crowd control, they're not necessary to the fight, so you can replace them with whatever. For your character, you're gonna want to mind wipe. First, you want to know how heavy your kit is, and then you're gonna plant your stats with that in mind. Basically, put points in weight until you can move around freely, and then you want to put the rest in HP. You'll also want to get some skills if you have the point. The most important ones are going to be Hot-Blooded for the health regen, and then Master of Tools for damage reduction. On screen, I'll show you exactly which tools you're going to need to get the maximum damage reduction. If you have enough points, you can get also Bloodlust and Warrior's Rage. They're not as OP as the other ones, but they're going to be useful during this fight for sure. This fight can be ran with 1 to 4 players, basically. Any more than that is useless. The players are only going to make it more difficult for you. I would suggest you just run it with maximum of 4. Now, let's talk about the strategy you're going to have to take to get to the boss fight. Strat is pretty simple. Everyone sits on manas, and you let the unridden dinos do the work. Now, the reason we took manas is mostly because of mobility. They're going to be used to hide in safe spots that are unreachable to the dinos and the NPCs under. We'll just leave the dinos to fighting, and then when everything is clear, we hop down and then we continue. If I can give you some tips on just the walk there, first of all, make sure your Veilwind's Tundra Endurance is always spammed, meaning it's gonna heal. Make sure it always has 6 clones. And if you have to worry about enemies, there's only 2 enemies that can really mess you up. It's the flamethrower guys and the rocket launcher guys. Rocket launcher will break your flag like crazy. Flamethrowers can kill you really fast, so be careful of those 2. That's pretty much it. I'm just going to show you now the way to hide on pretty much all the different part of the walk. Some of them are not going to have any safe spots, but it's no worries. In general, it's pretty easy to just stay safe. Okay, so this first one doesn't have any safe spots. The only thing you need to worry about is the flyers. Some of them can pick you up. I'll show you in a second. There will be a golem that you will probably need to kill with your tech rifle. Make sure to remember that. And just sit back and behind the dinos and let them fight. It's really an easy part. There you go. As you can see, I got picked up. So just be careful about that. Maybe focus them. But in general, you just want to sit back and let the dinos kill everything. That's it. This next area will have a safe spot. It's basically the chandeliers in the top. Just try to land on any of them. Sometimes it can be a bit difficult. You can also land in some other spots, but yeah. You just want to sit on them. When the ground dinos are killed, you will have to kill 3 different bosses or mini bosses just to get the keys. They're extremely simple. I won't go too much into detail. The only thing you need to know is that some of them are going to have rocket launchers, flamethrowers, so try to be really careful with that. Hop in there, you'll get this warning, and then they're gonna follow you to the entrance, let the dinos kill them. Simple as that.
Part of an override code.
For the mini bosses, there's 4 different ones, okay? There's gonna be the ones inside the rooms, like those ones, and there's gonna be one that's just a boss outside. It's easy, it's not even worth mentioning. The reason I'm showing you this one is because this one doesn't follow you. This one will mostly stay inside and snipe you from a distance. Basically, you want to kill this one with the Veil Winds. You enter the arena, you teleport your Veil Wind to yourself, and then you just sick it on them. And then she's gonna die pretty quickly, it's not difficult.
The way-in's too narrow for most of your teams, so you're on foot from here. Make sure to arm yourself before going in after that key.
After killing the 3 mini bosses and getting all the keys, they're gonna ask you to kill one final boss, okay? This one is the same principle. You cannot get any tames inside, apart from the Veil Winds. You just want to get everything close to the door, be careful of the flamethrowers and rocket launchers, get all your tames to kill them, and then you just proceed like all the others. It's really simple, it's not that difficult. That's pretty much it.
You found the master encryption key. Now,
An entire kingdom.
This next zone will have a safe spot. You basically want all your tames on the left side and you want to jump on top of the door and sit on it. Simple as that.
I'm sorry, survivor, but there's no time to catch your breath.
Next area will have a safe spot. Make sure to be careful. As soon as you enter, there's going to be flamethrowers and rocket launchers, so you want to jump on one of the chandeliers or any of the other... Like I said, there's a lot of safe spots. In general, just try to land on a chandelier. If not, if you get stuck on one of the doors, it's perfect. As long as you're up there, you're good to go.
Tell your Homo Deus friend she can't have it.
He seems to have an... I'm almost impressed.
Okay, so next area. This one is a bit more complicated. Well, not complicated, just more risky. You want to have all your tames sitting on the statue of the Basilisk. All those statues are going to become enemies. Basilisk can fuck you up, let's be honest. So just make sure to have that. And there's going to be a golem, of course, so just keep that in mind. Apart from that, you just sit back. There's no safe spots. Stay back in the door and just leave the dinos to killing everything. Okay, so good news, you survived the walk, you're at the boss arena. Now, you want to leave a player or a dino behind before going forward. If you don't, basically the fight will start as soon as you arrive. We have a couple of things we want to set up first. First things first, you want to whistle passive on all your dinos, and you're going to need to put them in one of the 2 spots I'm going to show you. It's really important you have them on passive because we're going to use that to cheese the Lost King. So put them either here, or if you want, you can have them on the right side in the same spot. Just use the left one, it's the one I use usually, it should be good. Now that all the dinos are in the spots and you're ready, get everyone in the circle and skip the cutscene. Now, really important, if you forgot a dino somewhere back in the map, the fight's not going to start. So make sure that throughout the whole run to there, you make sure you do a head count, because if you forget something, well, tough luck. Now, I mentioned skipping the cutscene. It's really important, okay? It's known to crash the game and mess it up for people, so if you don't skip it, you might mess it up. So just skip it for now. If you want to watch it, go YouTube. Like, I mean, come on.
Try to at least make this amusing.
As soon as the fight starts, you're going to be off your tame, so make sure to jump on it, and you're going to have to destroy pillars. Basically, the pillars are really simple. Just have the mana players destroy them. If you have 2 manas, one takes left, one takes right, and then you pretty much play like that. Whenever the pillars are destroyed, it's really important. you're gonna have to land exactly where I show you. You want to land on top of where your dinos are. This is gonna be part of the cheese.
You wanted me down here with you? Now you can witness the power of the red up close.
Now, as you can see, none of them can get to me, so in a regular run, as soon as the Lost King gets to the dinos, which should be in passive under you, you whistle aggressive. They're gonna mess him up, it's gonna end his phase, and then you're gonna have to redo all over again with the pillars.
Do you understand?
Now, I'm just gonna skip it, because honestly, the Lost King is pretty easy. It's difficult to mess it up. Just remember, you do the pillars, and then you repeat until he's well cooked. That's pretty much it.
Focus on
Alright, it's now time to fight the Lost Queen. Make sure to skip the cutscene. I won't sugarcoat it, she's annoying to fight. She has a single moveset which is easy to deal with, and then 4 specials.
help her. I can't leave Maylene alone, not again.
The first thing you want to do when you enter the fight is shoot her. You can shoot her or punch her. I'd suggest shoot her so you don't risk your flag, but you need to do that to start basically the fight. Now, the whole fight, you want the player that's being focused by her to block while the others crouch behind her and just hit her. The reason we're crouching is you can hit faster, and it's also easier to control your position. Your biggest enemy is going to be hitting your teammates, so make sure to be crouching at all times.
That did it! Rockwell had one last trick up his sleeve.
Now, the fight is pretty simple. It's DPS checks, so I'm just going to cover her skills. There's only one you really need to worry about, so it's not too complicated, but that one is an issue if you fail it. Like, that's why this guide exists, basically. Okay, so her first ability is going to be a shield. Whenever she puts her hand in front of her, there's going to be a shield that appears. If you hit the shield, she reflects the damage and she empowers herself. Technically, if you're well positioned, you can hit her from the back. I highly discourage you to try that because it glitches her sometimes and she becomes invincible. Not worth it in my opinion. You'll have enough time with the other phases.
Get out, I know it!
Her second skill is going to be a DPS check. She drops her weapons and charges an attack. Everyone needs to bum rush her and hit her. It's pretty trivial. Honestly, it's difficult to fail that one.
Okay, that didn't work. She wasn't even phased. Really are.
Okay, her third skill is going to be an insta-kill. But don't worry, it's pretty easy. Whenever she yells, "Kneel before me," she's going to pull back one of her arms and throw the sight at you. The player being targeted just needs to hit his left control and his right click at the same time, so hold both, and you're just going to deflect the sight. There's no worries. If you fail though, she empowers herself, she insta-kills you in most cases, and you kind of messed it up for everyone. So just be careful. Now, her final skill. This is the one you need to worry about. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. This one is the make or break of this whole boss fight. This is her healing phase. Whenever you're gonna do enough damage to her, she's gonna start a healing phase. She's gonna link up with the tether in the middle of the arena, and she's gonna receive healing orbs that you're gonna have to destroy. This is the phase that really matters. You're gonna have to have someone sitting at the top of the tether, so close to it, just spamming the attack button while crouching. If there's any other players with you in the fight, you want to have someone behind you, not too close because you might hit the person in front of you, but just close enough to hit any orbs that pass the person. Shouldn't happen, but you know how this game is, so just make sure to worry about that. If you're doing this boss fight with more than 2 players, so 3 or 4, which is the maximum in my opinion, you want to have the other 2 players try to kite the dinos or enemies away from the guys on the line. It's not necessary, but it is helpful. Also really important, put a rally point on the middle of the tether. This way you always know where it's at, you can play around it and just try to kite her a bit further away from it. This way the healing phases are easier and you got more time on it. That's it. Now, you pretty much know everything about the boss fight. It's more of a situation where you have to play with your teammates and be careful about a couple of things, but it's not too difficult, honestly. There's one thing I want to mention, though, about the healing phase. Now, whenever you're going to get to the last stages of the healing phases, so the last 2, 3, the tether is going to be outside the safe zone. Whenever you're outside, you lose a lot of flag durability, so that's why the beer and the focal chili and Lazarus chowder. You basically want to have one player take a beer, the chowder, the focal chili, and then leave the zone to go to the tether. He's going to tank a lot of damage, so make sure to have your beers flanked, that's pretty good. And then he's going to be the one destroying the tether. Whenever it goes to the next phase and you have to do the healing again, another teammate does it. Never have the same person do it all the time. His flag is not going to survive this, whether it's a good one or, bad flag. So just make sure to have an alternation between players, and then you're pretty much good to go. When you kill her, the Ascension will now begin. I highly recommend you put all your items, meaning cosmetics, flak, beers, whatever, in your tames. Reason being, we've heard of cases of people lagging out during the Ascension because they had any items on them and just not having it, not getting the Ascension. So just do that. It's more safe than sorry. They said they fixed it. Honestly, it's Arc. I don't believe them on anything they say. So yeah. So yeah, if this was helpful, I hope you leave a like and subscribe. If you have any comments, any questions, don't hesitate. I try to answer as much as possible within normal time frames. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Cheers, y'all, and good luck with the fight.